Test, test. Test, test, test. One, two, three, four. No, nada. In here, it's fine. No? Test. One, two, three. Yeah, this one is okay. Test, test. Test.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Las Vegas Rotary. This morning's invocation is going to be given by Arlene Surwa. Good afternoon. Whoa. Dear Lord, today we pray for all of our projects. We pray that they are done with good intentions, good hearts. And I have 3 requests. One is for good rain. One is for Ukraine. And another one is for the people who are in pain. Amen.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And she filled in at the last minute, so I really appreciate it. And she made it rhyme. Our song this morning is going to be by Cedric Kane. Who's also filling in at the last minute.
It's a little unprepared. I would say maybe the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Give yourselves a hand. You did a good job.
Please join me in the pledge. I'd like to thank the people that helped today, Kathy Mahan and Steve Linder for the setup, Antoinette and Carolyn Sparks for the greeters, Arlene for being the invocation, and Sidra for the song leader. Jamie Goldsmith and Arlene helped selling raffle tickets. Our sergeant at arms today is Steve Linder. The tear down today, Sarah Thornton and Barbara Castro. And Nancy Anderson is our scribe. And Tina Bishop, our photographer. The AV team is Kirk Alexander and Stu Lipoff. So thank you to all of you. We have visiting Rotarians today. Steve, can you, if you'd stand up and introduce yourself?
We have international.
I'm sorry, we have international
we
guests
have
first.
international. Not working? Yeah, it's working. You got to go like that. Yes, we have some internationals with us from the Philippines. We have Ivy, Elvis, like Elvis Presley. Okay, say a few words.
Hello, good morning, everyone. And congratulations. Jackie told me that this is the best or the greatest Rotary Club in the whole world. So, yeah, I'm happy for that. So, I'm from the Rotary Club of Muntinlupa Business District, and I'm happy to be here. Really glad to meet all of you. Thank you.
Hey, introduce your.
This is my friend here, Nina. I hope you can recruit her to be part because she's with Lions. She's supposed to be with Rotary, right? Okay. So this is Nina.
Hello, hi. Good morning. My name is Nina and I live here in Las Vegas.
And of course, to my right, we have our Canadian friend. Would you say something, Murray? No?
I'll just say I'm really happy to be here.
Bob, do we have another international guest? Okay. Thank you. We have a visiting Rotarian from New York today. Robert
raise your-
Davis. And we have,
Visiting Rotarians?
well,
Good morning, afternoon. I'm Jason Beard. I'm sorry.
there you go.
I'm Jason Beard from Lindale, Texas, visiting this week, and I appreciate y'all having me.
Steve Roberts over here, standing up.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Robert Davis, and I am from Staten Island, New York, representing North Shore Rotary of Staten Island, and I'm very happy to be here. It's my first Rotary meeting in Las Vegas.
Not your last, we hope. Do we have anyone else visiting?
Going too fast.
I see Mike's hand up back there.
I know that. Thank you very much.
I was going to introduce Tom as a guest. Where's Tom Novotny? Oh, there he is, way, way, way in the back. Tom is our district administrator visiting today.
I really don't have anything to say except thanks for letting me in the door.
We're happy you're here. We also have another guest today, Bernie Gudemat, who's here with our speaker. And we're happy to see her again. Yeah.
Hello, fellow Rotarians. I have a guest with me today. This is Andy Gomez. Andy is 18 months new to Las Vegas. Came here via New York, to our guest from New York. It's his first Rotary meeting, and Andy is originally from Cuba.
Yes, it's really a pleasure to be here today. I feel really honored to be invited to this meeting, my first Rotary meeting, and I'm really glad to be here. Thank you, guys.
Over here.
Last week,
The microphones are all screwy today.
over there, it's too loud, and over here, it's too soft. Okay, last week I introduced you to Bob Pizer, and so he's back with us this week. And I think he's dedicated to be a member of our club.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a guest. His name's Heath Bennett, and he is a trader, not a traitor.
Hello, I moved here about 3 years ago. I'm just here expanding my business from South Korea, and I'm trying to network and meet some more great people, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah. Here, anybody else?
Anybody else?
I brought a guest today. His name is Andy Del Garcia. This is Andy. He is the Director of Marketing for Marshall Injury Law.
Thank you for having me, everybody. It's actually 20 years in Vegas to the day, so it's exciting to be here. highly respect Sarah. She's one of the best in the business. So if you want to be the best, you hang out with the best. So, thank you guys.
Thank you. Welcome to all our guests and visiting Rotarians today. We have several announcements. Kathy Mahon.
I just wanted to announce that our shoes finally came in for the kids at our 6 schools. Yay, and socks too, very bright socks. And also, the club is sponsoring a Public Education Foundation matching grant. And so every teacher at our 6 schools will get $500 worth of school supplies. So they won't have to buy them out of their own pockets for the next year, which will be really wonderful.
Thanks, Kathy. Is Bob in here? No. Barbara, do you have announcements for the 25 Club?
Hi, so we are going to have the next 25 club meeting. It's going to be at Carrie Grove's house, April 14th. We usually have it the first week of the month. We're going to have it the second week. I'm going to try to get a guest speaker that day. Also, we're possibly going to play bingo again. We had a good turnout last time. And if you guys have any ideas of anything else fun you guys would like to do, let us know. And thank you.
Thanks, Barbara.
And we also are going to be planting another tree in April 29th, it's going to be at McCall at 3:30. If you guys can make it, it'd be pretty awesome. We're going to do a little event with the kids, plant a pear tree over there, and it should be fun. So if you guys can make it to that, that'd be great. Also, I may as well announce also we're doing a beach cleanup. It's going to be at Lake Mead. It's going to be May 21st. I think it's going to be at 7:30. We're going to do cleanup for about an hour, and then after we're going to do fun stuff. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to do barbecuing. We're going to do jet skis, the boats. So it's going to be a lot of fun picnic. So you guys can make to that as well. A lot of good things coming in the coming up months. I don't know why I did that.
Ginger just pointed out that we have a guest on Zoom today, Kim Nione. It's nice to have you here today.
Hi, how y'all doing? I figure out I'll drop by and say hello and see some of my favorite people in Las Vegas. So greetings from Florida.
Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Jim Hunt.
Thank you, President-elect Katie. Another big shout out to our friend Kim. We missed you last Friday night, Kim. For the 61 of you, if you weren't one of the 61 people who were at our fundraiser cigar fellowship last Friday night, you missed a picture perfect evening on the beautiful patio, right, everybody? I mean, it was gorgeous. Beautiful night at the beautiful home of Tom and Jane Krob, who hosted us once again. We raised, I first want to say thank you, of course, always to Sean. She's amazing in helping us with these things. I want to say thank you to Karen Wisenhunt, donated a ton of gifts, to Tony Kern and her husband, Jerry, to Janice Lemke, to Cindy Fox with the Smith Center, donated some beautiful tickets for one of the opening nights of their shows, and Bill Houghton for a nice humidor. Really? Okay. We raised $1,360.85 for a total now that we have raised for the foundation doing these little parties of $20,653.53. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. March 25th, the celebration of life for Gloria Gorlin will be held at 10 a.m. And I don't know, do we have a location, Sean, for that? Okay, Sean will send that out this afternoon. Thank you. On March 27th, we have the Rotary Foundation dinner. It'll be at the Red Rock Country Club. And there will be several presentations made that evening. So if you can attend, that would be great. On April 22nd and 23rd, Green Our Planet. Where's Tony?
Standing up. For the first thing coming up is April 8th is the pop-up dinner. For those of you that have signed up, and I have been emailing you, there will be a video conferencing or virtual volunteer prep meeting Friday, April 1st at 3:30. I will send the link for those of you that won't be available to participate. It will be recorded, so I will send you the link so that you can watch it and be prepared. For the farmers market, April 22, we have 19 people that have signed up. Thank you. And we're going to be getting the t-shirts ordered very soon, and the assignments will be made. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. And on April 23rd, District Assembly in Apple Valley, California. I think Sean has sent out the link to sign up for that. I'm looking forward to seeing all the new board members there and anyone else who would like to attend. Barbara, do you want to talk about the trees, the tree planting at Quantimacal? Oh, you are, sorry.
Because I get in. I get in. Wait, this, hit this.
Yes.
Start video.
No, hit that.
John, can you, thank you. Did you talk about the beach cleanup, Barbara? Sorry, the microphones are all screwy. I can't hear. Steve, you had an announcement as well.
Yes, President Katie, I have a nebulizer machine that Janet used only one time, and I hate to throw it away, but I've got all the accessories, and if you know anybody that has a breathing problem and would like to have this machine, it's free. So please see me afterwards, and I'd like to get it to somebody that needs that breathing treatment. Also, for anybody that could not attend Janet's celebration of life last October, I have some bookmarks left over. If you'd like a bookmark to remember Janet, see me afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve. Mike Kudamat, we have a Paul Harris presentation to make.
Shout out to the previous Rotary International Foundation Chair, Mr. Kim Leone. This week we have a presentation for a Paul Harris felt pin. This is +4. Please come on up, Mr. Stephen Kwan. How do you do it, Kimbo? Stephen, on behalf of the Rotary International, I'm presenting you the Paul Harris Fellow Pin +4, sir.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, please enjoy a few minutes of fellowship before our program.
Las Vegas is no stranger to big events. Big Game itself is coming to Southern Nevada. We examine the benefits and costs of hosting large events like the Super Bowl.
Okay, Kathy told me I forgot to do the raffle. Our pot today, before today's donations, was $24.45. The winning ticket is 749515. $749,515. Our visitor has it. Nice. How this works, you draw a card, and I need to put this up here. Microphone. Okay. Draw a card. If you get a joker, you win half the pot. Pull a card. Okay. The 4 of hearts. So you win $10. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And the ticket for the Lowry Bucks is 749499. $50 in Lowry Bucks. Visitors won both today. Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Greg, would you come up and introduce our speaker today, please? I apologize for this mic.
All right, good afternoon, Rotarians. My name is Dr. Nikki Bates. Nikki couldn't be here today due to a family issue that she has to work through. So she asked me to do the introduction. So it's absolutely my pleasure to introduce Mayor Mazur to you all today. She's the president and general manager of Vegas PBS. Now, many of you are aware of the tremendous community service organization Vegas PBS is and has been for over 50 years. You've heard about it from Nikki and from this club's past president, Tom Axtell. But what Nikki wants you to know is that with Mayor, all you've heard will be transformed. Mayor will lead Vegas PBS into the next stratosphere. While Tom raised the organization from nothing to a very big something, Mayor will develop the station into the media powerhouse it deserves to be, along with continuing the overarching goal of community service. As you see in the wheel, she is very, very accomplished and perfectly poised to be the leader of Vegas PBS. Only the second person to ever lead Vegas PBS and the first woman. Please help me welcome Mayor Mazur to the podium.
Thank you so much. What a lovely invitation. What a wonderful welcome. And I know Nikki would have loved to have been here if it were at all possible. I know many of you know my predecessor, Tom Axtell. I've known him for years because of many PBS meetings. He always talked about Vegas PBS with such pride and high regard. And one of the phrases he used regularly was how Vegas PBS punches above its weight class. And indeed it does. The team is amazing. The possibilities at the station are endless. And so when I heard he was retiring, I have to tell you, I just jumped on. I really, really wanted this job. And I'm so thrilled that I have an opportunity to follow in his footsteps and build on all that he built upon. So before we get started, I also would like to bring your attention to some pamphlets that are on your tables, little brochures that talk about our family of services. I'm going to talk about most of the things in there with a little bit of depth, but I didn't want you to be afraid to pick it up. It is not a solicitation for membership or donation. So, just enjoy reading it. And I'm not sure we're ready to get started. Sadly, there's a line I use more often than I would like to, which is, it wouldn't be a TV presentation if it didn't have a TV problem. Is kind of the challenge of technology. So let me begin by just giving you a little background on Vegas PBS and our mission statement. We talk about wanting to be a high-tech, high-touch operation for the community, serving the community. And when you read that, I think it's easy to gloss over. Yeah, high-tech, high-touch, what does that mean? Well, in the high-tech, we're really committed to creating an environment where we're touching our community on all platforms. That we are certainly a broadcaster first and foremost, but our online services are going out and providing additional content. If any of you are friends of Outdoor Nevada, we just launched an interactive Outdoor Nevada map that is mobile compatible. So if you're driving around and you're on the highway and you think that something looks familiar, you can look on the map and track back to it, see a little excerpt of the show and learn more about what's going on there. We're also committed to our technology planning for the future. There will be things in broadcasting as technology advances that allows us to compress our signal and send out more content. And we can do that by sending out more television, or we can send out more content of data that could go to schools for teachable content, just specific to communities or schools, very highly targeted. And we can also send out content that supports security. We work in collaboration with the Reno station. And one of the things that we've worked on is a data casting infrastructure that allows us to warn first responders or send out signals to first responders and allow them to utilize our data in communicating with each other. One of the things we've discovered over the years of first responders arriving on a crisis or a disaster is that none of their radio frequencies sync up with each other. And if you use our data, it becomes kind of the Switzerland of communication. So everyone can plug into it. I think you're going to be stuck with me chatting. I'm sorry. But that is the high-tech piece of our mission statement, that We're here for our community in the present, and we're also really planning for the future and what new technology brings. The high touch is about our community engagement. We are always out in the community in ways that you might not think a television station would be. You know, we do community fundraisers and events, but we're also really committed to educational workshops and being in the community in a meaningful way, providing resources to underserved families across all of Southern Nevada. What else I have to say? So we are a membership organization, as you know, and there we are. Thank you so much. This was going to be either very boring or very fast. So if we could go to the reel, the next slide. Would you like? I'm going to let you be in charge. Here's a little bit of what we've been up to of late. That's our high-tech part. And if it doesn't, if it's too large a file, we can just skip this and go to the slides.
Las Vegas is no stranger to big events. Big Game itself is coming to Southern Nevada. We examine the benefits and costs of hosting large events like the Super Bowl.
It's hot, it's dusty, it's loud, and it's very exciting.
Can I just get this right? My youngest daughter bleached her hair, docked an alias, and sent her in to schmooze a full-blown Hitler disciple. Yeah, that's right.
The challenges of making a film about Benjamin Franklin are kind of endless. This whole film was, at least for us, revelation, and we hope for our audience.
Amber Renee Dixon, host of Nevada Week. Thank you for watching Vegas PBS.
Hope that was worth the wait. Okay. I'm gonna let you drive. The next slide is really kind of talking about beyond the broadcast. It's a little bit of what I was saying, but I get a lot of, I didn't know you did that. We have education, and I was saying, you know, we do education in the community, and our workforce, our education department that Nikki runs is in all of the Title I schools across Southern Nevada. So we are serving over 120,000 children and families, really reaching out to families and helping the parents and care providers better prepare the children in their care for kindergarten. We also are involved in workforce development. This goes back to an era where Tom saw a need and an opportunity and began working in collaboration with the school district and developed a workforce training program that now has over 750 different courses that offer certification. So imagine individuals coming in and signing up for our courses, and in a short period of a few weeks, being certified to work in HVAC, having an OSHA certification, being able to go into a job interview prepared to start work the next day. Those are the kinds of things that we're really focused on in terms of supporting all of Southern Nevada and the economy of Southern Nevada. When I was sort of grasping around, somebody said, talk about fundraising. And, you know, we get a very small portion of our overall budget from the federal government. Our operating budget is about $2.5 million, and we receive about $1.5 million-ish in funding from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. We pay about $2 million in annual dues to PBS. So in my mind, I always kind of think of the federal dollars as immediately going to offset the national program service. PBS provides about 73% of our overall broadcast schedule. So Masterpiece certainly comes from PBS, and our kids lineup comes from PBS, but we are on our own for the rest of those day parts. Thursday night is all, you know, either local or acquisitions. So in addition to our dues for PBS, we have an acquisition budget that enables us to put things on like Father Brown or Death in Paradise, or produce local programming, which is a big priority of mine in terms of some of the things I'd like to see us doing. Actually, I think I'm making this more of a conversation since I don't have slides. Are there any other funding questions that you'd like me to cover before I move on? Yes.
Can you explain the relationship between Vegas PBS and the Clark County School District, and whether there's any funding or anything that comes from them?
Oh, absolutely. The Clark County School District owns the Vegas PBS license. So actually the trustees are the owners of the license. And that's very unusual in the public television system. Public television stations are often managed by community volunteers, the community licensees. The station I came from in Phoenix was owned by ASU, and that station was in the journalism department, embedded in journalism. And then there are state licensees that cover the entire state and are owned by the state government. We're one of just 7 stations across the country that are licensed to the school district. The district asks us to do certain productions like shooting and streaming all of the district meetings. So they're on their website. We pre-pandemic, I think we did about 56 school board meetings. Now it's gone up by 200%. We are doing a lot of location shootings so that we can help the district comply with open meeting laws.
And they do provide some funding for us. I don't remember the number and I just looked at it. I apologize. But it is, do you remember from Brandon's presentation yesterday? Pardon me? Oh, okay. Well, you saved me. I don't have to remember that presentation. The district does, however, provide funding for us, and that offsets the cost of production for the production meetings. Let me how to turn this on. Let's get that. Promise you it worked last night. So did that answer your question on the district? Okay.
Another question here.
Okay.
In addition to Charlotte Hill Society, is there any other avenues that you get funds?
Well, Charlotte Hill was an amazing donor that I'm sure many of you knew. In fact, my colleague Bernie Goodmote was very good friends with Charlotte. The Charlotte Hill Society is for our major donors at 1,200 and above, and we do special events when we're back doing events. But all of our donors are really the primary source of our funding. So that 1.5 million that I mentioned from the federal government is used to leverage an additional almost 5 million in donor revenue. And the tricky thing about running a public media organization is that every year you start from scratch. So basically the only thing that's a given is you're going to have some federal funding, but we don't have a ticket box that we can count on. We don't have tuition that we can count on. So every year when we do our budget, it's starting from scratch. But fortunately, donors like all of you are consistent and a key part of our ongoing financial health and well-being. So here we are at the education department. Okay, thank you. Down is go. I was talking about what we do in the community and the number of students we reach and touch through our Ready to Learn services. And as I said, those are workshops that continued during the pandemic. One of the things we've actually discovered post-pandemic is that a lot of parents are having trouble with childcare and transportation. And so we're continuing to do online workshops. We did over 950 workshops over the course of the pandemic, which is actually more than we can do in person. We have an amazing special needs library, and it truly is one of a kind. PBS was the driver in closed captioning decades ago. And in that spirit, Vegas PBS has continued in the special needs support area. And all those books and toys on the shelves are designed to be utilized by children with special needs, whether it's small mobility challenges or vision challenges, autism, and certainly now we're getting a lot of requests for behavioral support. These books are in Braille, they're cloth, they're all available for free to be checked out on a loan basis. And because all of our students were already medically fragile, we were already sanitizing and cleaning everything before the pandemic. So all of those protocols were in place, and we were able to do a touchless drop off and pick up all throughout the pandemic, and continue delivering services to families across Southern Nevada. We were actually at one point funded to mail our bags to across the entire state. And I touched a little bit on workforce education. I mentioned I got my numbers wrong. I said 750 skill-based. Those are the lifelong learning. That's actually why I love public television is every day I learn something new. It's one of those jobs that keeps a curious person constantly challenged. So if you are interested in ongoing lifelong learning, we have an enormous catalog of courses to choose from, in addition to the certification courses that I was mentioning for individuals who are trying to either change careers or build careers. One thing that we're piloting is work with the state for employment disenfranchised individuals. It's a pilot program to help individuals get into cybersecurity, which is certainly a job or field that is looking to train up. And I talked about this pilot. We are also working not only in collaboration with the school district, but districts across the country to keep teachers certified. During the pandemic, all the testing sites closed except ours across the entire country. And so teachers were not able to take the tests required to keep their licenses and the test is required in person. And the district asked us to keep our site open specifically for the CCSD teachers, but since we were the only game in the country, people were flying in from as far away as Maine to utilize our services. And then there's, of course, the viewership. This is the portion of our work that you probably are most familiar with. Tom used to like to brag that Vegas PBS was the one always in the top 10 of most viewed public television stations in the country. And I used to say, why does anyone in Las Vegas care? Because that's great. But really, what he was always so proud of, and I think it's true, is what a good steward Vegas PBS is of all of the materials we use from PBS. So that we do have an enormous impact and footprint in terms of utilizing the PBS brand and their content. I started to mention local productions. It's something I'm really passionate about. Amber Renee Dixon is relatively new to Nevada Week, but not new to Las Vegas. She has a terrific track record, and I'm just thrilled to be able to welcome her. If you've been watching the show, Kip Ortenberger, who is a grant writer for Vegas PBS, stepped in when the prior host was unable to continue working. Kip, as grant writer, was in the job for 18 months. And when I came, I said, you have a full-time job as our grant writer. We really need a grant writer. You have a full-time job as a host. We really need a host. You're doing both well, but you can only really do one successfully. So please pick one. He chose grant writing and we brought Renee in. So Kip is still an important part of the strategic planning of the organization. And I'm just thrilled I kind of got the best of both worlds. Vegas PBS boasts the two largest sound stages in the state of Nevada. And this picture of a garage door always cracks me up. Our head of engineering is so proud of that garage door. I gotta tell you, it is the only loading dock that can accommodate an 18-wheeler in Southern Nevada. And he is just beyond over the moon. And so we do have the two, as I said, they're the two largest studios in the state. They're 4,300 square feet. They can fit a fuselage of a 737 because we shot a commercial with a fuselage of 737, so it's been tested. And we are building out our production services. So if you need to shoot a commercial, you need to shoot anything, please see us. It's a great facility, great equipment, and a really terrific team. This is a little bit of the data casting I was talking about. When we're building out our technology and thinking about emergency services, how can a public media be of most service in a time of crisis? And what can we use most is our broadcast and all of our broadcast technology and tools and infrastructure. So that is what we're constantly building for and preparing for. 3.0 is hand in glove with that. It is a new protocol that is on the horizon of broadcasting. It requires build out of our tower and our 6 transmitters. So we have one tower that sends a signal up and gets to your houses. But for those folks who live a little bit further outside of our broadcast range, that tower also pings our signal over to them. And then we get reception further out beyond our local geographic footprint. And 3.0 will enable our signal to be stronger and more content to be pushed out, whether it's emergency services or commercial program, general audience programming. So thank you so much for your patience. And this was tough sledding for you, and I apologize. It was supposed to be much jazzier, but I'm happy to take any questions if you'd like. Yes.
One of your emphasis was going to be on entertainment. And so could you talk a little bit more about that?
Thank you so much. I kind of zipped over that slide, so thank you. Yes, I think, I was sharing at lunch that I grew up in Hollywood, and one of the things that I love about Las Vegas is it feels very much like home. It's, there's a lot of entertainment, there's a lot of talent and appreciation of the arts. And I feel like Vegas PBS should be a home for nurturing that local talent. We actually are doing a little pilot that it will be a masterclass with Martin Yen, who is a chef coming to Caesars. He's opening a new restaurant at Caesars in the fall. And he's agreed to do a little pilot with us on food. And this is a way for us to be a part of the community and talk about the exciting things that are going on at the properties without competing or trying to compete with the properties, or looking like we're scrambling after them. It's some way to have another entry point into all the excitement that is Las Vegas. Yes.
Thank you for being here. I always tell people that are new to Nevada, if they ever want to learn a little bit more about our state, and is to watch Outdoor Nevada. I think it's a fantastic show. You mentioned about the app. Is that an app that you download PBS or Outdoor Nevada? Because I definitely want to do that. It's a great tool.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to hear that. It's a link on our website. So it's not a standalone app, but it is mobile compatible, mobile optimized. So if you just go to the Outdoor Nevada page on our website, and it's right there as a map. And the other exciting thing about Outdoor Nevada is that this year I've gotten, I was mentioning the service that distributes Father Brown and Death in Paradise. They have a channel called Create, which I hope many of you watch. And Hometown Create has shows like Outdoor Nevada that celebrate hometown. They're going to be distributing Outdoor Nevada beginning in the summer. So Outdoor Nevada will be available across the country, and I'm just beyond thrilled.
Thank you for being here. You've done a great job. We have such a great relationship with Nikki and with Tom, and so to have you in our midst is a real pleasure. You touched a couple of times on first responders, and I took a tour early on when you opened your new building. You are the repository for all the buildings of any consequence in town, so that when disasters occur, can you talk a little bit about that? Because it's pretty unique in my understanding.
It is a really unique service, and it's tough to do without pictures. So excuse my puppet show. But thank you for the question. In the data casting world, one of the things, if we're sending a signal to a group of first responders, we can also upload a blueprint of floor plan and send that to first responders. So a fireman looking at a building can quickly know without going into the building that there are stairwells on either side as opposed to in the center of the building. And being able to have that two-way exchange of information is also what's really critical. So in this sort of closed off data casting environment, we've now refined the technology further than that first tour, what, probably 10 years ago, where with a cell phone, a first responder can, with the appropriate code on their phone, send pictures back as well. So that can be shared out to the whole team. So we have that two-way capacity now, and it has potential for real life-saving, real world, environments. Thank you.
Mary, thank you so much for being here. There's so many different facets to Channel 10 that I feel like you could, excuse me, talk several more times. So we appreciate it. And in honor of you being here, we have a presentation. We give a pair of shoes to a needy child in your name. So
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And we also have a four-way test coin that is our way.
Thank you so much.
We have a four-way test that we live by, and that's on that coin. So
Well, my grandfather was a vegetarian, and I tried to wear his pin, but it didn't go through the.
Oh.
Thank you all so much.
thank you. I hope you'll come back. Thank you. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.